Hi friends, today we shall discuss the topic of basic signals or the elementary signals. In this we have several signals, we have different kind of signals. First one is a unit step signal. The second one is the impulse function. Third one is an exponential signal. Fourth one, signum function. Fifth one, unit ramp. Sixth one, sinusoidal signal. Seventh one, rectangular pulse. So we have seven different kind of basic signals. We will discuss each and every signal, its mathematical representation, plotting of the signals, and we will understand what's the importance of the signals in communications. Okay, we will start with the exponential signal first. We will start with the exponential signal. So we shall take the exponential signal now. An exponential signal and a continuous time exponential signal. So signals are of two types: continuous time, discrete time, right? So we have seen this in the first class, continuous time as well as a discrete time. So today we will see a continuous time exponential signal. So continuous time exponential signal is represented as x of t equal to c e power of at, where c is the amplitude, of a signal x of t. C and A can be a real, it can be positive, negative, or complex. Can be positive, negative, real, or complex. So basic exponential signal is represented mathematically as x of t equal to c e power of at, where c is the amplitude of a signal, and C and A can be real, positive, negative, or complex. So now we will take different cases to understand the signal. We will take several different cases to understand the signal x of t. Okay. So first, exponential signal is represented as x of t equal to c e power of at. Okay. So case 1, where c is real. As I said, C and A can be real, it could be a positive or negative, or it could be complex. So when C is real and A is real, C and A are real, both are real, and I'm assuming it as positive. Okay. So when C is real, A is real, and both are positive. So let's plot the signal x of t, where t is the independent variable. Signal is varying with respect to the time. Okay. So now t can take any values, say from minus infinity to plus infinity. C can take any value from minus infinity to plus infinity. So I'm just taking when t equal to minus infinity, substitute t equal to minus infinity in this. X of minus infinity is nothing but c e power of a. I'm replacing t by minus infinity. This is nothing but c e power of minus infinity. E power of minus infinity is 0. E power of minus infinity is 0. Similarly, t can take a value of 0. So I am substituting t by 0. X of 0 equal to c e power of a. T is replaced by 0. So which is nothing but c e power of 0. E power of 0 is 1. So this is nothing but c. T can take any value between minus infinity to plus infinity. So I am just showing you 3 values to plot the signal in an easy way. So I am just taking first t equal to minus infinity, t equal to 0, next t equal to plus infinity. When t equal to plus infinity, this is c e power of a multiplied by infinity. E power of infinity is infinity. So this is infinity. So x of infinity is infinity. So now we will plot the signal. T can take any value from minus infinity to plus infinity. At t equal to 0, the amplitude of a signal is c. At t equal to infinity, this is going to infinity. At t equal to minus infinity, the signal is 0. So I can plot the signal in this way, right? So this is an exponential signal. So this is an exponential signal. I will just plot it once again. So this is an exponential signal. So case 1, C is real, A is real, and I am assuming both the real values as positive. C is nothing but the amplitude of a signal at t equal to 0. Right? So now we will consider the second case, case 2. We will consider the second case, case 2. C is real, A is real, and negative. I am assuming C is real, A is real, as well as negative. Okay. So A is negative as in A less than 0. Okay. So I can write the signal now. A is negative here. Let's assume A equal to minus 2. Let's assume A equal to minus 2. So x of t equal to c e power of minus 2t. Okay. I'm assuming A is less than 0. I'm assuming A equal to minus 2. So I can plot this. I can mathematically represent this signal as x of t equal to c e power of minus 2t. Similarly, t is an independent variable here. T is an independent variable. Since it's a continuous time signal, t can take any values between minus infinity to plus infinity. So I'm just assuming 3 values x of minus infinity. T can take any values between minus infinity to minus infinity to plus infinity. So we will assume first what is at t equal to minus infinity. We will see what is at t equal to minus infinity. T e power of minus 2 multiplied by minus infinity. So this is c e power of minus into minus is nothing but plus. So this is e power of infinity. E power of infinity is infinity. So at x equal to minus infinity, the signal is infinity. Now at t equal to 0. At t equal to 0, e power of minus 2 multiplied by 0. So e power of 0 is nothing but 1. So the amplitude of a signal at t equal to 0 is c. Now at t equal to infinity, substitute t equal to infinity here. C e power of minus 2 multiplied by infinity. So this is c e power of minus infinity. E power of minus infinity is 0. So now you can see here at t equal to minus infinity, this amplitude of the signal is infinity. At t equal to 0, the amplitude of the signal is c, and at t equal to infinity, the amplitude of the signal is 0. So this signal, which is starting from minus infinity, the amplitude is starting at plus infinity, and as t increases, the signal exponentially decays, right? The amplitude of a signal is c at t equal to 0, right? So this is the signal x of t. So this is a case 2. Now we will consider the case 3 where c is a real and A is imaginary. We will consider the case 3 where C is real and A is imaginary. Case 3, C is real, A is purely imaginary. Okay. So now since C is real, I can write this signal as x of t equal to C e power of A is imaginary. Since A is imaginary, assuming A as j omega naught, right? A is imaginary, so I'm assuming it as j omega naught. So I'm just replacing A by j omega naught t. So x of t equal to C e power of j omega naught t. Just replace A by j omega naught, since assuming A as purely imaginary. So I'm replacing it here. C e power of j omega naught t. We know that e power of I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. So I can represent the signal x of t using this formula. I can write the signal as C e power of j omega naught t is cos omega naught t plus j sin omega naught t. Okay, so I can write the signal as x of t equal to C cos omega naught t plus j C sin omega naught t. So this signal has a real part as well as imaginary part. So I can write real part of x of t. Real part of x of t is nothing but C cos omega naught t, and imaginary part of x of t. Imaginary part of x of t is nothing but C sin omega naught t. Okay. So now this cos omega naught t as well as sin omega naught t, these signals are called as sinusoidal signals. These signals are called as sinusoidal signals. This is a special case of the exponential signal. When C is real and A is purely imaginary, we have seen that x of t is nothing but C e power of j omega naught t, as A is imaginary. So I'm substituting A as imaginary here. So we can write it as e power of j omega naught t. And x of t can be represented according to this formula. E power of I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. I can represent e power of j omega naught t as cos omega naught t plus j sin omega naught t. So we can represent x of t as C cos omega naught t plus j C sin omega naught t. Since this x of t has a real part as well as imaginary part, so real part of x of t can be represented as C cos omega naught t. Imaginary part of x of t can be represented as C sin omega naught t. And this cos omega naught t as well as sin omega naught t are purely sinusoidal signals. Okay. So this is the case when C is real and A is purely imaginary. We will consider the case 4.